It is the 31st of August today. You know, time's getting on now. Everybody is in the same situation. We had a chunk load more rain just recently, and in August we've had 5 inches of rain, and now the fields, these are real heavy clay fields, and we've just started combining. Peter's on the combine, but you can see the ground here is just ever so soft, and that's going to make some issues for us. Peter that combine's great, everything's great with it in the dry. As soon as the ground goes soft, the combine header starts pushing. It starts pushing the soil from underneath, because it doesn't lie completely flat, it lies inverted. I don't know if that's inverted, but either way, so Peter's having to pick up the combine off the floor, so we're missing heads of the thing, but it's the only way we're going to be able to combine now, and we haven't really got a lot of choices about it. We've still got 800 acres to go, and the grain is all starting to bend over, it's all starting to fall out. It is really quite serious, the situation at the minute now. Uncle Franklin will be here to load the trailers soon. We're having to run up the road instead of going across the fields as we normally would to the yard, and that's because all the gateways are full of water, and you're just going to start picking up mud and making a big mess in the grain where the grain is tipped and stored. So yeah, not fun, but we are going to get it done. We've got a new face with us, young Holly over there, she's with us today, and yeah, the farmer reckons now it's a sort of salvage operation, get what we can off the fields. Yeah, I think the moisture was coming in about 18% today. We tested it yesterday, it was about 19%. We are still early on, it's 11 o'clock, so it will dry throughout the day, and it does look like we're going to stay dry-ish for the next couple of weeks, hopefully. You know what the weather's like this year, it can change within a second. But we just got to get the corn off the fields now. We're 3 weeks behind where we normally would be, and because these are heavy clay soils, they take a lot of drying out. They were going to go into winter crops, and trying to get back up here to cultivate and get them ready for winter crops now is going to be really pushing on. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. Colin will be coming round with a baler. We're going to have to bale these headland rows, because the combine's going to come up, he's got to turn around to go back down, and if he keeps driving on the straw, he's going to push the straw into the mud and make a bit of a mess with that. So Colin's going to come up, just row up the headlands. There's not a lot of straw there anyway, but we're going to get it clear so the combine can turn, doesn't make too much mess turning on the headland, and he's going to unload into the grain trailers as and when. Yeah, the guys at the grain store there, they're just setting up the dryer, because we're going to have to dry everything now, and we are just going to be constantly drying most of it, I'd have thought, and we just hope it dries up enough that we can start cultivations and stuff like that, because we haven't started any cultivations, and yeah, it's starting to become pretty serious around here. Look at all those grains, what a shame. This, if you find this, can you see that? That seed is trying to grow. That is just terrible news for us. That is just really bad. And if it's like that for us, you can find, look, there's another. If you can find one or two like that, then the whole lot is like that. And that is literally going to cut our price by a lot. Farmer is not going to enjoy that news. That is a real shame. Right, so we got the old girl, the 6290 on the grain cart, but this year really is as bad as it can be. I mean, it's just terrible. There was one year I think that was a little bit worse than this, and Peter and the farmer had to put duals on the combine. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal, putting dual wheels on a combine. The Americans do it, they don't go without them. That reduces compaction, it's very good. But in England, where we have lots of small tiny roads, you can't run a combine down the road with dual wheels on. So they were literally having to move from farm to farm, taking wheels off. Every time they moved the combine, they had to take the wheels off, put them back on, and they really were in a tricky situation then. And we're getting to that point again now. If it rained again now, the only way would be to get dual wheels or bigger wheels, or you know, bigger tyres. You can see here, every time you get a gap in the straw there, that's where Peter's had to stop, reverse back, because he's had a blockage, or he started pushing the soil underneath. Things are pretty bad this year, and such a shame, you know. Started off bad, it's, you know, then the hay situation, and now this. It's just yeah, it's just, you know, we're looking at taking a cut of silage, or maybe even haylage off some of these grass fields, because they have grown again. So we're looking at maybe cutting for silage this week as well. And things are only going to pick up now. If it stays dry, things are going to get even worse. So I will be making the videos, you'll just see them delayed, that's all. Oh my god, a bit bumpy here. He just said to me, the farmer just said, it's literally salvage what you can now. That's what he's been saying this morning. If it's growing in the year, you're saying it loses, once it starts growing, it loses all its, oh shit.
All the goodness in the grain goes in reducing that sprout.
How did you see that?
Huh?
How did you see that? I couldn't see
See
it.
outside there.
No fun when it's like this, is it?
No.
It takes all the fun out of it.
It slows your work rate down as well.
Yeah. Okay. And we're going to be in that straw line next to him, you see it?
What, on the straw line?
Yep.
So straw going into my wheels?
Nearly. We're going to have that wheel in the middle.
Of the straw?
Yeah. So drive under that spout. So just give her a bit more on that throttle. That's it, that'll do. Then as we come up to it, we're going to back off the gears, okay? Don't worry about it yet. Just keep going as you are, that's fine. Right. Keep going, so keep going. Don't breathe on the road, keep going. Right, now we're going to come. Peter stops, you stop, okay? Just go a bit slow. Just stay at that speed and Pete will fill you up, alright? Pete will do it all. You just keep the spout going in the train, alright? Look behind you, can you see it going in?
Yeah.
That's it. Bang on there, so the centre, you bang on. Getting a bit closer now, so we just sped up a bit. Just got to be aware of where it's going in the trailer.
Yeah.
So Peter's matching your speed there, so. Tell you what, that looked easy, didn't it? Right there. Put the thing back. That's it. Now we can come out of the straw road, because we don't want to ride on the straw road, because that's already a terrible situation, isn't it? what you can do now is pull off the handthrottle and use your foot. Now use your foot. Change gear to 2. Clutch in. Pull it back. Go on. Go on. Put your right in with your clutch. There you go. You got her. Right. Hang on. Ooh, you stalled it. Oh dear. That's going on the end of year. That's going on the end of year, man.
It's a shit
Put in.
tractor.
Well, you're lucky it started. Put her in 2. Because we went from 1D to 2D, it's a big jump. So come down the gears. Oh, not forward. Try that. Bit of revs. Bit of revs. Give her a bit of revs. More revs. More revs. More. More. Go on. Give her a tap. Ready?
This is why I don't like this tractor.
It's alright. You're fine. Put your foot in.
I don't think this is going to work out very well.
It'll be fine. You just got to ride the clutch a bit, okay? So give her a load of power. Make sure, no, got to give her
I
some.
can't do it in this tractor.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Right, put your foot in. Right, give her loads of right pedal. More, 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 bit more. Rev it. Bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. Bit more.
I'm on it all the way down.
Yep, dip your clutch. Dip your clutch, that's it. Push it in. Got to use your clutch now. Use your clutch. Build your speed. See? Then take your foot off the clutch. Then gears.
I don't think this is going to work very well with this tractor.
You'll be fine. Alright?
No, I don't like this tractor.
Come on, you got to give her some. That's all. It's an older tractor. The grain shed. This morning everything was coming in at about 18.5%, so that was going here. What we're going to do with that is dry that through the dryer. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But as the day's gone on, like we thought, you know, everything's starting to dry up pretty quick. We've got a nice day. There's a little bit of sunshine out there, but it's nice and warm and nice and dry. So it's all coming in at about 14% now, so everything will get tipped here, and this is the dry heap. First few loads have already been through the dryer. The dryer's got a load in there at the moment. Farmer will be back in a minute, and he'll show us how it all works. Got you dancing from the beat. Right, so Farmer's gonna show us how it works. It's pretty simple though, the basics, isn't it?
Yeah, very simple. Basically it's an outer skin mat with an inside chamber. The grain never gets into that. So the grain is only on the outside of that chamber.
Yeah.
And in that chamber is got air basically.
Yeah.
So you've just got a flame sucking in from the front here into the centre chamber now. The fan is just blowing it, it's blowing into the centre chamber. It's going outwards. With over up the centre is always stirring the grain. constantly stirring the grain.
Yeah.
Paddles on the bottom to keep the bottom rotate round just to keep everything on the move to make sure all the grain inside is moved. If that's not working, it will turn itself off because it thinks that it's something wrong with the drive line. If the grain stops moving, it's going to overheat.
Right.
So it will just shut itself off.
Yeah.
The hole's about 25 tonnes. It will be 25 tonnes a week. We'll have about 22 or 23 tonnes of barley in there. Always drop a bit so you can see the top. Now, I don't know whether you pick up on film, but we fill it right to the top. If you were taking out 2%, you would lose about a foot on the dryer. It's just where the water's disappearing, so that's what you're losing in volume. So you don't want to be over drying it if you can help it. Unless you're doing something for a specific job, you don't want to be over drying. Basically what you've got is a huge flame and hot air. That's all you're doing. The burner is the bit on the top and the fan is there. So it takes it in that round cylinder, blows it in, no goes down.
This is where you load it. It loads in there.
The loader, we can take the bin away and load with the trailers. But because we've usually got a wet tip, we'll just use that and then tip a bucket full with a teleport straight in, use the teleport to push up. Like for today, we've got down dry enough now, so we can just tip the trailers, we don't have to mess about.
When it takes it in, doesn't it? It takes you right up to the top and then drops it over the top.
Centre auger, everything is pulling. That is a massive auger. And it goes straight up the centre, and all it does is takes it up, spills it out over the top, so it's constantly moving the grain.
What is the tractor turning? Is that just turning?
The tractor is turning at 490 RPM.
Yeah.
So I think the minimum is 480 and the max is about 510. But that we can run on Eco PTO. It's an expensive hobby, don't think for 1 minute that it's not.
Yeah.
You can buy these with all electric drive.
Yeah.
So the fan, everything on it will be electric instead of having a tractor on the front.
Yeah.
But for us, because we've not got electric in every farm, it's brilliant because we set it up and within an hour we're up and running and drying grain.
Yeah.
This morning we started off from home and we're up and running here within an hour and a half. We're up and running on it.
Yeah. And what's the detail of the tractor driving? Just the shaft down here?
No. The tractor's driving everything on that machine.
Oh right.
So
even the fan?
Yeah.
Oh right.
Everything on that machine, that tractor's driving. There's no electric. It's mobile. We can take it anywhere. We can set up in the field if we needed to. What we've got right on the top, Matt, is suck out some of the chaff, some of the lighter materials, bits of straw, bits of chaff. We'll blow it into the tray. That's what we've got the trailer for. We're not using it, mate.
Oh, you're not using it?
No, that's another little fan on the top. There's another little fan, and it's what that pipe connects to. And today, I'm not using it. It creates a hell of a lot of dust.
Oh right.
And the sole reason the dust is blowing back up the doors and where I want to be working. So I thought, bugger it won't matter. It's relatively clean.
Yeah.
If it was oats or wheat with a bit of chaff in the wheat, I would be connecting up and having it running.
Yeah.
On the barley today, I just thought, no, there's no need. It's not the best chaff in the world. It's going to be beef barley.
Yeah.
And did I need the dust? No, I didn't.
No.
The outlet mat, normally we would just have the little short shaft and we would go straight through the building and drop it in. But today, because this building, we have to put the panels inside and it's quite a long way away. And we have to go, we either cut another hole in the side of the shed to get the spout through, or run a long spout that went low and went below the boards.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done.
Yeah.
There's no great shakes. The green bin on the side, on the centre auger, we can put some plates in there to take out chaff and muck as well.
Oh right.
And they're perforated plates, they go up the side when the auger keeps taking it up, and these plates will allow small, you've got red shank seed, bits of, anything that's small seed. Well. It will clean it a bit as well. It's not a cleaner, and it's not brilliant at it.
No.
What it is really good on is beans.
Yeah.
And because the beans are heavy, and the crap in it and it's light, it's really good at cleaning beans up.
Is it working now?
No. What I've got in there at the moment is a blanking plate.
Oh, right, okay.
Because this sample is relatively clean.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's no point having too much, you know, there's no point having something else to empty or look at.
No.
I can just carry on like we are.
Where do you start drying? What percent do you start drying?
Right, we would start at 15, we will tip it into the shed.
Yeah.
There's no issue. We can store at 15, we can sell at 15.
Yeah.
If we got, like we're going to be in a bit of a jam in a day or two because we're going to be cutting with 2 combines.
Yeah.
If we can get anything coming in at 16%,
yeah,
I will probably tip in that into a separate bag, and I'll be selling it at 16.
Yeah.
So I'll just accept that we're going to have some claims on it. This thing will cost us ballpark in the region of £9 a tonne, something around that,
Yeah.
from 2%. That's about where it is.
right.
Depends on the price of fuel, obviously, and it depends on the moisture of the grain.
Yeah.
But at 17, up to that, it's not too bad.
No.
Anything above 17, then it starts to become expensive.
Yeah.
This, what we're putting in now is 16.2, 16.3. You know, we can have that in and out in 2 hours, there's no issue. And it's cheap. You know, it's a cheap option.
And today everyth's dried up anyway, so...
Today we're down to just below 15 now, so we're going straight.
We've gained some time, haven't we?
Well, Pete's cut 45 acres.
Yeah.
So there's 45 acres that was, if we'd have been sat waiting for 15%, 45 acres would still be sat there.
Exactly.
We can't afford it. We're in September, mate. We can't afford it.
Yeah.
And then it's so simple, mate. We can enter that order. We can enter anywhere with that. So we put that pipes on and we put the short spout on.
Yeah.
It's freestanding. We can enter this side, that side. We can enter onto the tractor cab if we want.
Yeah.
You can enter it anywhere.
Yeah.
So there's no issues. And it's so simple. There's nothing electric on the empty. It's on the ropes. It's on a flap at the top. You literally just pull the rope. It opens a flap and it lets it out.
Yeah.
And it's just a dead simple system.
Is it due to empty soon or not?
No, be another 3/4 hour mark.
Oh, right, yeah. So it's in there quite a while.
Okay. The cycle time is around about 2 hours.
Right.
You struggle to get it. You know, everybody will tell you 2 hours, but to be honest, that's 16% is 2 hours, but you're looking more 2.5 hours. Realistically, you're looking at, because you've got half an hour filling, probably, you know, 20 minutes unloading, half an hour filling.
Yeah.
And it needs to be in there for an hour and a half, really.
Yeah.
And you can do it quicker. If you've got a blowing floor that you could cool the grain down on,
Yeah.
then you could do it quicker. It probably takes us long. No, that's not quite right. It takes at least half an hour to cool the grain down.
Yeah.
Today it doesn't, because today's a fantastic day. It's cold.
Yeah. Nice
But
and
on
cool.
a 30-degree day, and you're trying to dry grain down to below 30, it's bloody. You're fighting a losing battle, quite honestly.
Yeah. Oh,
So
sweet.
it's
got us out of a jam anytime.
Yeah. It's not a cheap machine to run,
No.
but it does get us out of a.
A year
and
like
it doesn't
this
matter
year.
how big your combine. You can have a combine, 80 foot wide. If it's pissing down with rain, it's not going to help you.
No.
That thing is.
Yeah.
And it has gained us a lot over the years. It's gained us a lot, and it's why we've always managed to go harvesting with a combine that's on its limit, because you can gain yourself, like today, 40 acres, and you can gain yourself days.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you want to be cutting stuff wet. That's none of us want to do that.
No.
But this year's exceptional, man. Rob Barber was just telling me that I think he said it's something like the wettest month in 140 years or something like that.
Mental, isn't it?
Winter and summer month.
Oh, right.
So that is just amazing. Since
Yeah.
records began, or something
Yeah.
like that. But what he did say to me, it is very, very localised. And we've
Right.
just had a mental amount of rain.
Yeah.
7 inches or something, did somebody mention?
Yeah, Jack had 7, we had 5. reckon she's got problems. Reckons the old nighty's not playing ball. Sounds good to me. Have you broken?
No, I was doing what I was doing to, you know, put the revs on, took them off, and then it literally would not go once I took this off.
Yeah.
Then I went into second, and then it was just like dead. So I tried to give it a few revs back into A, then I had to take it back down to 1. That's why it took me ages. So I was revving it down there, and then I managed to get it going, and then I just stuck her in 2, and then we're stuck in it.
You've got to know how to drive these old girls. I'll jump in that one then, fill that one up, and I'll swap again with you in a minute, alright?
Yeah.
Because somebody can't reverse, can they?
I can reverse now.
Where are we then? Just got to give her a bit of love, that's all. Nothing wrong with it. Oh dear, she'll get used to it. Cole's here with the baler. This baler's been walloped. Everybody loves it. As Cole goes, that thing just keeps going. It just put a new net in, off it goes. Right, that is going to be it for this video. All the barley's in now. Peter's just in the background there, he's just cutting the wheat. If conditions stay right, they'll get that finished off tonight, hopefully. But you know, things aren't great, but we're getting it in. So, yeah, thanks for watching as always, and we will catch you on the next one. Cheers.